Hello everybody, and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Project Triangle Strategy, the debut demo that came out for the after the Nintendo Direct. I love this thing so far. Feels like a good spiritual successor to Final Fantasy Tactics, since Square clearly has no intention of ever making another Final Fantasy Tactics game for some reason. I don't know why. And also, why haven't we seen War of the Lions get ported to the Switch yet? Come on, Square, get on top of it. How dare you? At any rate, we're in Chapter 7 now, called Forced Hands, Fractured Bonds. So, main story. The Isfrosti Archduke enters Whiteholm Castle, the seat of power in Glenbrook, and lays claim to the throne. So it looks like we're still at Whiteholm Castle. The story indicated we're going to be moving over here, which is the home of our main character, I think? Ooh, I forgot his name. Let's go here and see what's going on, though. I don't know how many missions we're going to have, so I'd guess maybe 2 or 3. 2 or 3.
Your most honorable siblings, Lord Thalas and Lady Erica, have arrived, my lord.
Thank you for the escort. You may go now.
These better be placeholder voice acting, for the love of God. I mean, alright, so it sounds like 2022 might be when this game is actually released fully. So, a lot of times the, full VO is not going to be done this early in development. So, almost certainly this is placeholder VO. Let's really cross our fingers for that, because it's pretty bad.
If there is anything else that you require, anything at all, you need but say the word.
In that case, I would have a bottle of the realm's finest wine and a serving of fresh fruit delivered to my quarters.
But of course, milady, I shall have the servants fetch it at once.
And it feels like the voice actors are following the pace of the scrolling text, which may just be something that happened due to the translation, but hopefully they can. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It feels like they're slowing down to match the speed of that text, which makes no sense.
I believe the word you're looking for is sycophant. Congratulations on bringing Glenbrook to its knees, brother. It's a thing of beauty, what you've accomplished.
So this is either Thalas or Talus.
I trust you're already seeing to that fuss outside the castle walls?
Of course.
The other domains are putting up little in the way of resistance.
Domains. So that's how you say that. Okay.
Lord Telior trembles in his seat within the stronghold, and Lord Fawkes was oblivious to what was happening until it was far too late.
How easily the 3 great houses of Glenbrook break under your iron boot, brother.
Wolford is the last to hold out, but Avlora will deal with them. Prince Roland will be in our hands before long.
So these villains definitely do seem like just straight villains. Hopefully they have really good, backstory and reasons for doing what they're doing. That's what I really hope. If they are going to go this route of okay, these guys are definitely the bad guys, they act like bad guys, they can still do that well. It tends not to be my favorite route. I tend to like a little bit more nuance in the villain. Somebody you can actually look at their reasons and be like, I understand where they're coming from. But they could still do that with these characters. So I'm going to reserve judgment, but I hope that they add some nuance to this, because right now they just feel like comic book villains. Okay, well, Cordelia's still alive. That's good.
Speaking of royalty, brother, I would have thought Cordelia would be dead or rotting in jail. Yet here she sits on the throne. She looks less a vanquished princess and more a queen.
That is precisely what I would have her be.
Oh, rude.
Whatever do you mean?
Once things have calmed, I shall assume guardianship over her and have her crowned. A few days hence, Regna will be executed. I've already informed Patriat as much.
So the wise and benevolent King Regna meets his end at last.
Father!
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Final Fantasy Tactics is just how nuanced that story is in their characters. So, like, I hope that they lean into that more here.
Subjects of Glenbrook, I am Gustadolf, Archduke and High Commander of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. Hear my words. The sins King Regna has committed against us, and against you, his own people, are grievous indeed. 3 decades have passed since the end of the war. In the years since, we have all done what we can to rebuild our nations. The opening of the Grand Norzelian mines was to be the dawn of a new age. An age where our 3 nations would work together for the peace and prosperity of all. But King Regna spat in the face of that glorious dream. As our engineers worked tirelessly to put success within reach, your King Regna schemed in the shadows to seize control of the mine for his own profit. And when Dragan Esfrost, my dear cousin, and the man tasked with overseeing the mine's operations, became aware of this plot, King Regna had him assassinated in cold blood.
And we know that our main characters know the truth of what happened here, and it's not what this guy is saying.
In doing so, he betrayed not only my own nation and the holy state of Hyzant, but you as well. The very people who were to share in the wealth the mine would bring. And so we were left with no choice but to march on Whiteholm Castle and put an end to Regna's treachery by force. Our actions were born of a righteous duty to avenge Dragan's murder and this odious betrayal of this historic accord between our nations. What say you, King Regna? Do you deny these charges against you?
I do not. But
Interesting.
I beg of you, spare my children.
Yeah, he's trying to, Yeah, okay.
Subjects
That
of
sucks.
Glenbrook, your traitor king admits his guilt before you. The punishment for these crimes is death.
I think he's doing it to save Cordelia, but I think overall, bad move, bro.
Off with his head.
It's bigger than you and Cordelia, you know?
Roland, Cordelia, the future of our kingdom is in your hands now.
Ooh. Brutal.
Just days after the fall of the Crown City, King Regna of Glenbrook is beheaded before his subjects. The death of this kind and benevolent monarch plunges the realm into confusion and chaos. With the king perishes an all too short-lived era of peace, and in its place, one of bloodshed and turmoil.
Okay. Volfort Town. So the Volfort Domain. Kingdom of Glenbrook. Ooh, we have some other things that we might be able to do? Side stories. No shit. Okay, maybe we should do these side stories first. Lord Silvio Tellior, head of one of Glenbrook's 3 high houses, ponders what the future holds for his domain. And news of Glenbrook's fall reaches the Citadel of the Sands in the far-off holy state of Hyzant. Hyzant, where a great battle of the Salt Iron War was fought so many years ago. Okay, let's go there. The Citadel of the Sands. Side stories. Let's go. See what this is about. So are we, like, looking at other characters' stories when we do this? Or is our party going to Hyzant?
Minister Sorsley,
What is it this time, Booker?
We've just received word that S-Frost has launched a surprise invasion of Glenbrook. Whiteholm burns as we speak.
Look at this conehead.
What's this?
The Crown City has fallen. King Regna was beheaded, and it is said Crown Prince Franny also perished in the fray. Prince Roland has fled to the domain of House Wolfort, with the Grand Duchy's army in close pursuit.
Goddess forbid. What could the Archduke be plotting? And what did the others think of the matter? At any rate, I must speak with His Holiness at once.
Minister, if I may assuage you, I propose that perhaps this situation may yet play to House N's benefit.
Our benefit, you say?
The plot thickens.
Indeed. Indeed. You may have the right of it.
Okay, these might not be very good people, huh?
My dear Booker, whatever would House N do without you?
So this is the domain that has salt. So iron and salt, and I can't remember what the third resource was.
Send a raven to His Holiness. Tell him that his faithful servant Sorsley would humbly beg an audience.
At once, Master.
Okay, so these might just be like looking at events elsewhere in the world. There might not actually be a battle here. Let's see. Side stories and side quests might be completely separate things. Cool. All right, let's see what's going on over at the Tellior Plaza. Lord Silvio Tellior, head of one of Glenbrook's 3 high houses, ponders what the future holds for his domain.
Whatever is House Tellior to do, with King Regna gone, we must find a way to preserve ourselves. Landroy, that proud fool, will no doubt fight to the bitter end. But House Fawkes alone is no match for the Grand Duchy. Yet if House Wolfort were to fight at their side, they say Prince Roland is in Wolfort's charge. If this is true, there's a good chance they will join the fray. Or will they? The Wolforts may choose to ransom the prince to S-Frost in return for amnesty for their own domain.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
If it comes to that, S-Frost will either kill the prince and princess, or use them as their pawns, and Glenbrook will fall. Bending the knee to S-Frost may be our only hope if we are to live to see tomorrow.
Ooh, don't do it, Silvio. Don't do it, Silvio. Okay, Wolfort Town. Having made their escape by boat, Serenoa and his retinue finally make their way back to House Wolfort's domain. But what awaits them there? Is domain just like an old school, old English way of saying domain? Kind of like jail, with G-A-O-L?
Lord Serenoa! Oh, thank the heavens that you're safe.
Or they just made it up for this game, which is also possible. But they definitely are going with like some old English spellings and pronunciations and stuff, so.
It is good to be home.
Castle Wolfort is the most impregnable stronghold in all the kingdom. You will be safe here, Your Highness.
Thank you. I can only hope Father and Sir Maxwell are safe as well.
Oof, woof.
Benedict, there is news.
Yeah, this is gonna be good news for you, buddy.
What's the matter, Benedict? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Your Highness, my lord, pray try to remain calm. His Grace was beheaded at the Crown City not bells ago.
Father. No. Say it is not so.
Roland.
I can only imagine what you're feeling now, Your Highness. But I fear we have not the luxury of grieving. As the last living heir to the throne, there is no doubt that the Archduke will target you next.
Indeed. We must move quickly. I would seek Father's counsel.
About Lord Simone.
Huh? What is it? Has something befallen Father?
Dads are dropping like flies, it sounds like.
Father!
Well, this just looks like the first scene in Final Fantasy Tactics, huh?
Lord Simone, what is the meaning of this?
He collapsed when he heard the news from the Crown City, and has not opened his eyes since.
I guess it's not really the first scene.
You must be mad. The man was stronger than an ox.
We cannot afford to lose Lord Simone. Not now, of all times.
Father! Be strong, Father. This realm still needs you. I still need you. Father. Father.
Serenoa.
Is there any chance he will recover?
Our healers are doing everything they can, but none can say.
Very well.
Do not give up hope, Serenoa. The malady will not take your father easily.
Forgive me, Roland. I can only imagine what you feel now.
Ooh, this is where we're gonna fight, for sure.
I must stay strong. I cannot allow Father's death to be in vain. You too must remain composed. For Lord Simone. And for those who now look to you for guidance in his stead.
I will try.
Pardon me, my lord. I come bearing a message.
From whom?
The scout we had sent in search of Sir Maxwell returned with this.
Sir Maxwell's mask.
Hey, there's no body. He's alive.
Reports have it that it was found near Whiteholm Bridge.
I've played enough RPGs to know that. Come on.
Blood. No. It cannot be.
This mask was all that was found, you say?
The bridge was all but overflowing with the bodies of the fallen. It was not possible to ascertain all of their identities, and the swift course of the river thwarted any efforts to search further.
I see. Thank you for the report. Get some rest. You have earned it.
Yes, my lord.
Sir Maxwell, you too abandon me now?
Ah.
Ah. Ah. Ah. You're doing great, Serenoa. No shade. Maybe a little. Maybe just a little.
At
It's a valiant
Gustadolf's
effort.
command, S-Frost musters its forces at Whiteholm Castle and commences a march on the Wolfort domain. Their aim, to seize in their clutches Prince Roland, the unwilling heir to Glenbrook's throne.
Okay. As the Esfrosti army advances on Hawk's Roost Castle, another crisis looms large for Serenoa and Prince Roland. I'm just going to make sure that there's not some other green story. Oh, there's a story bit here. Falk's Domain Outskirts. Lord Landroy Falks, King Regna's loyal bannerman since the days of the Salt Iron War, receives the news of his liege's grim fate.
House Fawkes has failed you. I have failed you. High House, damn it all! When you needed us most, we were not there to answer the call. How did we not see what they were plotting? How did we not know to go to your aid? But no, cursing our fate will not bring you back to us. We must focus our efforts on the one who might yet save Glenbrook from downfall. We must protect Prince Roland with our lives.
Well, we at least know one person's got our back. Okay. Save real quick before we go in here.
My lord, the Frosty army advances on us as we speak. A missive has arrived from Lord Gustadolf. It says they will stand down on the condition that we surrender Prince Roland to them at once.
We've not much time before they're on our doorstep, my lord.
Word has it that General Avlora herself heads the vanguard.
Gustadolf's not taking any chances. The scheming bastard.
Summon the War Council at once. We must take swift action.
You cannot be serious about this.
It's all right, Frederica.
Please continue, Benedict.
Thank you. Once more, I would ask you plainly. Do we or don't we relinquish Prince Roland to Esfrost?
I say we refuse. We owe Sir Maxwell that much.
Precisely. Sir Maxwell entrusted us with keeping His Highness safe, and we accepted.
There's no place in the realm more sheltered by the terrain than this castle. He is safer here than anywhere. And yet, if the Archduke were to march on us with an army as great as the one that took the Crown City, or, heaven forbid, a greater one,
the natural fortifications of this land would work against us. Our shelter would become our jail.
So you propose that we just abandon him? That we sacrifice his life for our own protection?
Better my life than any of yours. This is my battle. I would not see the blood of my friends spilt in my name.
See, Your Highness, that's where you're wrong. House Wolfort's the sword and shield of the crown. You go to battle, we go with you. So it's always been.
Enough! I will leave before I see your domain ravaged by fighting. It is the only way. Surely you see this, yes?
I refuse to believe sacrificing any of us is the correct path.
My lord, we cannot allow war to come to the Wolfort domain. Your highest priority must be to your loyal subjects.
Okay. There is a case to be made for either course of action.
There is a case to be made for either course of action.
Seems like the reasonable thing to say.
As the master of this domain, you and no other must decide how we proceed.
I understand that, Benedict. Prepare the scales of conviction. I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter.
I wonder if it's actually going to give us the choice here. Probably not in the demo, but maybe. Okay, so it shows the scales, probably meaning that we have a choice to make. As the Esfrosti army continues its inexorable march on Castle Volfort, Serenoa and his retinue discuss the best path forward. A shamaness with the power to harness the elements wanders Glenbrook's countryside that she might bring succor to those suffering from drought and famine. Meet a new character?
The sun's a harsh mistress, ain't she? If she sticks around much longer, my fields are apt to wither from the attention. I'd give my firstborn for a drop of rain.
Aye, and it ain't just the crops what are worse for wear. I'd cry over a lot, but naught but dust would pour from my eyes.
How pitiless.
Cool.
The caprices of nature. What grudge do the heavens bear to make the poor souls who tend the land suffer so?
Izana.
I would be remiss to let such suffering continue. If fate will show you no mercy, then I shall.
Okay, shaman.
You begged for even a single drop of rain. I shall give you more. Behold as I flood this desiccated land with nourishment.
Huh? What's that the lady said? I believe she means to pull rain from a cloudless sky.
Ha! I'd have more luck getting milk from a bull.
You must tell me if you do. We're in sore need of a miracle.
A pleasure as always to see you.
Ooh, are we recruiting her?
You've come just in time. This lass is about to put on a show.
I am called Izana. Allow me to banish the sun's cruel rays from your domain, that your people may see a measure of succor.
Banish the sun? I wasn't aware it was in the habit of taking orders.
Will slap my ass like I was just born. Rain! Honest to goodness, rain!
I don't know why, but that line being delivered that way is really fucking funny to me. Just like mediocre voice acting, delivering that line is like comedy gold right there. Slap my ass.
How did...
Slap my arse.
I've never witnessed a miracle like this.
That's hilarious.
Izana, was it? On behalf of my people, allow me to express to you my deepest gratitude.
There is no need for such formalities. I seek only to alleviate the suffering of the downtrodden in any way I can. If it is not too bold of me to ask, do you have need of a humble shaman within your ranks? It would be an honor to serve you, my lord. Tales of House Wolfort's magnanimity have reached even my remote village.
We would welcome you with open arms, and the honor would be entirely ours. Doubtless we will have occasion to call upon your talents sooner rather than later.
Izana joined your forces. Cool, we have a shaman. Now, we don't have anybody who can do, like, thunder, right? Allies, Izana. Inspired by your deeply held convictions, Izana has joined your cause. Okay, so interesting. I wonder if we wouldn't be able to recruit her based on our previous actions up to this point. I'm guessing the demo is just like, hey, to this point, you're able to recruit her. But she probably wouldn't join us if we had gone down different choice paths. I mean, in the demo, technically we're, in Chapter 7 now, so presumably we've made a lot of choices up till now. Her skills will serve you well in battle, as her prayers can alter the weather itself, as well as summon lightning that will travel through water. Cool. So she has water and lightning. Cool. Okay. Nothing else going on. Just in case there is a branch, I do want to be able to go back to that save, so... Because if there's a branch here, then there are multiple routes we could try here. Which could be very interesting to look at.
I will give the signal when it is time to cast your vote. I ask each of you to weigh the matter carefully till then.
It's also possible that the choices that we've made previously predetermine what happens here.
Very well, my lord. To our own councils we go.
Their hearts are divided, but a compelling argument may yet change some minds. To sway them, I will need more information. Perhaps I should ask around town. Around town? Oh shit. Going out, my lord? Yes, I would hear the wisdom of my people. Interesting. Understood, my lord. When your work is done, pray speak to me once more. I will do just that, thank you. Let me investigate some more, then return when I have knowledge that might sway minds. So voting. The path of the story will be determined by the consensus of your party, as played out through voting scenes. Each of your allies will cast their vote according to his or her own convictions. As the player, you may cast a single vote, but you will be bound to the decision of the majority. Woo! Furthermore, before voting commences, you may speak to others to persuade them to change their mind. Whether or not your attempt at persuasion succeeded, however, will not be known for sure until the votes are cast. Okay. The key to successful persuasion is gathering the necessary information beforehand. Head into town and see what knowledge you may glean from the people. A terror like none other came over me when I saw the state in which you returned, my lord. Nice. Firestone from the fire. So our two choices are hand over Prince Roland and avoid conflict, and stave off the Isfrosti army and protect Prince Roland. It looks like a lot of characters are in favor of handing over Prince Roland. So we need to figure out how to persuade them to go the other direction. The Salt Iron War had just broken out in earnest when Aesfrost foundries began producing arms and armor forged of iron, the likes of which we'd never seen. 'Twas a great boon to an already impressive army. Ere long, they brought destruction to every corner of the realm. As I hear it, the Aesfrosti army remains the most mighty on the continent. I pray that we are not about to relive that bloody age. Long have I heard rumors of secret traps that dot the Volfort domain. If the tales are to be believed, they serve to make quick work of any intruders, though I can't help but wonder, why keep such a valuable weapon so secret? Secret traps, it is hard to say what this might mean for us. They might well be employed to give us an advantage in battle, but at what cost to our own? I wonder if that's something we can use with Anna, as she seems the one who'd be interested in the trap thing, you know? Okay, got ourselves a little bit of money. Okay, nothing in here. And this on the eve of a new age of harmony. What could the Archduke be thinking? I shudder to think there's a bounty on Prince Roland's head. The boy's always been a friend to the people. It says he's to be delivered alive. I'd wager they have no plans of executing him. At least not anytime soon. I should let the others know of this. Okay, that's something in favor of going the other direction. Is it true? Has Esfrost attacked the Crown City? How could the High Houses have let this happen? Has the Crown City truly fallen? What madness is this? Mother's not herself today. Has something scary happened? Sure has, kid. War. War is on the horizon. There's commotion in the capital, to be sure, but it'll all be over soon. The Dawn Spear will see to that. Aye, the sun won't set on Glenbrook till Sir Maxwell falls. Ha, as if that would ever happen. Sir Maxwell laid down his life so that we might see another day. We must do all in our power to see that his noble sacrifice was not in vain. Okay, the Dawn Spear sacrifice can be a good argument for us. If we hand him over now, then his sacrifice would be for nothing. I don't mind to make my way to the capital, but the high road's blocked. What's the meaning of this anyway? I've got mouse to feed at home. Alright, is that everything? I think that might be everything. So I'm going to save one more time. Oh, we've got one person who's undecided at the bottom. I didn't even see that. Okay, so we can go back to save 4 to try different choices. Or I guess we can do this one too, huh? Can't we? Yeah. Returning to the council chamber, my lord. You bet. Okay, do I talk to him now? Our kingdom needs Prince Roland now more than ever. He is to be protected above all others. So she's already on the side we need, so we don't need to persuade her. I want to see what it looks like to do that, though. Okay. You are not the person I wanted to talk to. You I do need to persuade.
What do you need?
We stand no chance against an army that large. Releasing the prince to Esfrost is the logical decision. With all due respect to his highness, the kingdom must come before his personal freedom. Okay. We must protect Roland at all costs, Gila. It may take effort, but they can be swayed. Only a fool would pick a fight we cannot win. I do not take you for a fool. Okay. They will see us as naught but pawns if we surrender Roland.
I don't know.
All the more reason to prepare for battle now, while they are otherwise occupied. We may find their weakness yet.
Well...
I too wish we did not have to surrender Prince Roland, mind you. We must be thorough in times like these. Pray continue. I would hear your thoughts in more detail. Well, truth be told, I have a plan. A hidden device that may give us the upper hand? I too have heard the rumors, and yet... I see where your heart lies, my lord. Let us hope that it leads us well. Gila appears indifferent to your plea. Ooh, okay. So undecided, huh? A peace built by forsaking our friends and countrymen in their time of greatest need is no peace at all. I know what I ask is not easy, but I pray we find a bloodless path out of this conflict. Yeah, that's not going to happen, but you're on the side that we need already. I have to convince you? There must... Yeah, makes sense, I guess. There must be a way to avoid weighing my life against those of others. I trust we can find it.
Serenoa.
Decide what you will. I shall follow whatever judgment you pass. Oh, interesting. So he'll probably just follow us. We must protect Roland at all costs. Why are you talking about me in the third person? I will not allow my life to be weighed against those of the people. Have you forgotten Sir Maxwell's dying words?
Certainly.
Father taught that whoever rules is righteous by virtue of their station alone. But now, though I weigh your words more heavily than most, I know not what is right.
However,
I appreciate you speaking your mind, but I have my own thoughts on the matter. After all, is it not best that I handle that which is easily settled by my word alone? So from the last one, it seems like this doesn't necessarily throw them straight onto the other side just because it was an unlockable. So I'm wondering if... I don't know what this means, but this feels important. Pray, remember the words of our master. So I should live no matter who dies in my name? 'Tis a fine way to invite criticism.
I suppose.
Our master did risk his life for me. Would I were deserving of such a deed. I can no longer discern what is right and wrong. I place my fate in your hands. He's been moved by your words. Cool. That sounds more promising than Gila. You're the one I think will be swayed by the traps.
Lord Serenoa.
War with Esfrost would mean House Volfort's destruction. This much is clear. You lead House Volfort in your Lord Father's stead. Your duty is to your land and its people. Surrendering Roland is the only way to protect the domain. Surely you see that. Oh, we missed something. We cannot yield to the enemy's every demand.
In that case...
Every demand. So you foresee this being the first of many. I agree that it is not ideal to submit in this instance, but what other options have we?
However...
As in all things, logic must guide our judgment. Shit. Really? Who'd we miss? Okay, well once we persuade, we can't persuade again. Let's just keep going.
Aye, lad.
I'm no fool, my lord. We stand as good a chance against Esfrost's army as an egg against the castle walls. But we can't go offering up Prince Roland's head on a silver platter. Core, he's all that's left our royal family. No! That's not what I wanted. Shit. Okay. Nope, I gotta reload. Sorry, guys. So there was clearly something that we missed, and what I'm thinking it might be is actually finding what this trap is. So, I mean, let's talk to everybody again, just run around town real quick, see if we can figure out what it is we missed. Search every nook and cranny, see if we can find something. Don't know quite what I'm looking for. It's probably something obvious that was right in front of my face. It's usually how that goes. Now, what is this little stone thing? I wonder if that has something to do with it. So, I mean, there's traps somewhere. Oh, there's probably something we might be able to climb over on the wall or something. Okay, we can't go in this house, can we? We'll talk to everybody one more time just to see if anything else gets triggered. So we heard the rumors about the traps, but we haven't found anything, so maybe that's the last thing that we need to do. You learned all you can about Volfort's secret something. What did you say? Okay, that's just telling us. So that indicates that we can't actually learn more right now. Can't go down that way. Okay, nothing with those. Oh, I gotta remember, I can turn my camera. I don't think I can go back behind these houses. It's worth checking. It could also be the case that we should talk to everybody in the hall first, because maybe one of them has one of the unlocks. Nothing over here. I thought maybe there was something with this wall. There really appears to be nothing else here. Okay, let's look around the hall. We'll talk to everybody here first before we start trying to convince them of anything. No.
What do you need?
Serenoa.
Lord Serenoa.
Suppose we decline. The Duchy's army will stop at nothing to take Prince Roland from us.
Lord Serenoa.
Allowing emotion to govern us in this moment will only cloud our judgment.
Aye, lad.
No fool, my lord. Okay, we've heard him talk. So we've now talked to everybody. We haven't gotten anything new, which leads me to believe that... the thing that we need might be something we can only unlock by convincing somebody of something. Maybe? We must protect Roland at all costs. This one will take effort. Even Benedict's at a loss this time, and I've never known the man to lack for ideas. Cor, where does that leave us? What is that lock? I wonder if maybe I should convince Benedict first? Because it sounds like if we can convince him, he might come up with an idea, according to what he just said. Give me a second, I'm going to reload one more time and try Benedict first. Okay, Benedict. We're going to start with you, my man. We must protect Roland at all costs. I trust that you will make a reasoned decision, my lord. Perhaps the battle is not as hopeless as one might think. The town's secret weapon. I must confess I was not aware you knew of our domain's last resort. Forgive me, nothing I have heard here has shaken my convictions. Have you any more to say in your favor? Roland, this one won't work, because that'll indicate that, like, right now, to save ourselves, we have to hand him over. Roland must live that our land may yet flourish.
Quite true.
Yes, I cannot gainsay those words. If we are able to save Roland and protect our domain, you will hear no objections from me.
I am decided.
At any rate, I thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. I shall take them to heart. I don't think we swayed him very much. He's deep in thought. I don't think that we really moved him too much. Okay, scales of conviction, blah, blah, blah. Oh, there we go. Protect Roland. Even Benedict's at a loss this time, and I've never known the man to lack for ideas. Where does that leave us? Sir Maxwell and the king gave their lives, and for what?
You're onto something.
You'll not get any peace peace thinking like that. There's nothing any of us could have done. Besides, that's all the more reason to protect the prince. I know how you feel, I do.
Consider this.
Sword to my throat, I reckon we're outmanned. At least as it stands. Do ye truly believe we can come out of this on top? Well, win or lose, the time to fight is upon us. Ye speak the truth. A truth I'd stake House Volfort's reputation upon. Ooh, that sounds good. But how many of our own must see their life snuffed out? It breaks a man's heart, I tell ye. Men will die and our home may never be the same. Still, we can only do the best we can. What of keeping the people from harm? Have you given any thought about that? They are my responsibility, and I shall protect them. Yeah, this guy will like that. You're not alone on that measure, lad. I'm right here with ye.
Tough spot.
I'm no closer to an answer, but at least I know where your head and heart lie. Eredor has been moved by your words. Okay.
Lord Serenoa.
War with Esfrost would mean House Volfort's destruction, this much is clear. You lead House Volfort in your Lord Father's stead. Your duty is to your land and its people. Surrendering Roland is the only way to protect the domain. Surely you see that. Battle is not yet lost. Yes, with the right stratagem, there is no such thing as an unwinnable battle.
Perhaps.
And you have plans to which I was not privy. Very well.
However,
as in all things, logic must guide our judgment. Indifferent to your plea. Basically, I think that's the same as before, right? You're gonna follow me. That means that we've probably got 4 people on this side. I will not allow my life to be weighed against those of the people. Sir Maxwell's dying words.
However,
the words of our master.
I suppose.
Yeah, Benedict is an unknown. We may have swayed him, we may not have. We don't need to sway you. We don't need to sway you. So it's just you left, and we didn't do very well last time. Only a fool would pick a fight he cannot win. I do not take you for a fool. I think we tried this one last time, but it still seems like the best option in this case. There simply must be another way. She's of reason. Maybe she'll think of something if we push her. So you've no intention of surrendering the prince? I admire your resolve. I too wish we did not have to surrender Prince Roland, mind you. We must be thorough in times like these. Pray continue. I would hear your thoughts in more detail. This still seems like the best option. A hidden device? I too have heard the rumors, and yet I see where your heart lies, my lord. Let us hope that it leads us well. Okay, between the two, I think we got there. Let's commence the vote. I think we may have swayed enough people.
It is time to cast our votes.
I hereby open this matter to a vote. The question before us, do we surrender Prince Roland in accordance with Esfrost's demands, or do we fight for his freedom? On this matter, I say, we must protect Roland at all costs.
Approach the scales of conviction.
All right.
I believe in you.
I put my faith in you as ever, my friend.
I believe I can decide this matter with confidence.
I too have made up my mind. May we not regret the path we have chosen. Yeah, still no clue with that guy.
So?
You believe we can win, yes? I think she's with us.
My apologies.
I am ever a servant of House Volfort, but I cannot agree to this. Okay, we didn't convince Anna.
You won me over.
Oh, nice. I cast my lot with the young master. He's given me no reason to go doubting him now. I mean, we kind of knew he was gonna go our way.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Everybody but Anna, really? Okay.
The way forward is decided.
The scales have spoken, our path is decided. We surrender Prince Roland to no one. The Isfrosti shall get our blades between their ribs and thank us for the honor. Nice.
The judgment is made.
The scales tip, and our path is chosen. We must steel ourselves for the battle that lies ahead.
Very well. Then I will do all in my power to see that it proves the right one. I fight with you, my friend.
Prepare the defenses. We will hold our own against the army of Esfrost.
It almost seems like there wouldn't be a fight if we went the other direction, right? So I wonder if the story would just progress to something else, some other fight. We'll probably find out, because I plan on exploring that other option as we play through this demo.
After consulting the scales and reaching a consensus, House Wolfort resolved to shelter Prince Roland. Not long after, they find themselves besieged by an elite subset of Esfrost's forces. Commanding the Duchy's armies is none other than General of Laura, the deadly warrior who claimed the lives of Prince Franny and Sir Maxwell with her own hands.
For some reason I thought that the other guy was the one who killed the prince. I must have read that scene wrong.
Pardon the intrusion, Your Grace. A raven's arrived from House Wolfort.
Concerning Prince Roland, no doubt? So they refused to relinquish him to us. How intriguing. They will remain loyal to the royal family even if it means their demise. Very well. Send a raven to General of Laura. Tell her to make for the Wolfort domain at once, and that she is to return with the prince, or not at all.
Yes, Your Grace.
Okay, and with that, I think we're going to end this episode. In the next one, we'll get to another fight. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.